So what's going on, guys? This is a Subaru update. It's dead again. So for you guys that don't know, this is my '06 Subaru WRX. And I've already pulled the motor in the beginning of 2017, maybe like January. And I already pulled the motor, did the head, cut the heads, did the head gaskets, timing belts, all that fun stuff. Had the motor out, and yeah, basically the only thing I didn't do was pistons. Yeah, so basically the only thing I didn't do when I had this motor out was pistons, rings, rods, because I felt like I didn't have to yet. I wasn't going big power, basically stock still. Has high mileage, maybe like 170-ish. Cold air intake, Cobb tuner, up pipe, stock turbo, stock downpipe, stock exhaust. I've done more maintenance than actual real work. Well, not real work, but mods on this vehicle. I've done, pulled the motor, did the heads, cut the heads, timing belt, new coolant, new oil, and everything maintenance wise in between. So basically what I got going now, which I'm gonna put some clips in, is I had randomly a few days ago, maybe last week, I had a random misfire while driving to work, and it was in cylinder 3. So I brought it in. I burned oil, so I knew I needed my rings done. But I was like, maybe I could get by. So I did a compression test after looking at my spark plugs and everything, cleaning them off and trying to, I checked spark, I checked fuel. I was kind of scared to do the compression test, honestly. So cylinder 3 is back here on your passenger side. This is cylinder 1. So I checked fuel, checked spark, make sure, change it with another spark plug, make sure it's all good. And I had to do what I dreaded the most, which was compression test. So first, I did a compression test on cylinder 1. I didn't pull the other 2 cylinders because it's more of a bitch. As you can see, this tight fit. I did change spark plugs on those sides before. You had to kind of jack up the motor. I put a jack, remove the battery and everything, remove the secondary intake right here. Put a jack stand under the motor, so it gave me more room. But for this compression test, I just used this side. This is the only side that was acting up. It was cylinder 3 and 1, but I knew the culprit was cylinder 3 because when I cleared it, it came back to cylinder 3. So I did what I had to do. I did a compression test, cylinder 1, which you'll see right now. So after that compression test on cylinder 1, I went ahead and did what I was dreading and did a compression test on cylinder 3. As you saw, cylinder 1 came out to about 130, which is good, especially since I cut the heads. It should be a little bit higher than average. Usually it'd probably be like 120, 125. As long as it's over like 100 and they're close to each other, you're pretty off good in all cylinders. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert the clip for cylinder 3. So as you can see, cylinder 3 had 0 compared to cylinder 1, which had 130. At first I thought it was a mistake, so I went ahead and did it again and made sure my line was tight in there and my gauge wasn't faulty, so I went back to cylinder 1. But nope, that's the right reading. Cylinder 3 had 0 compression. So with that being said, I'm pretty sure it's a piston. The piston rings are blown most likely, and if not, then it's something like a stuck valve. I could do a leak down test and be exact with it, but either or, I have to pull the motor and pull the head off to find out anyways, and then to fix it anyways. So I'm better off just pulling the whole motor, and that brings me to my next point. I'm just gonna go forged internals, new pistons and rods, forged, new rings, and getting the head checked out, make sure the valves are good and everything, and valve guides, and make sure they're seating properly. I send it off to a machine shop so it can be done right. Maybe they can see something I can't see. It's going to be expensive, and it's going to be a big process. So with that being said, the Subaru will be down for a while until I could build up some parts and find a place to do it, because I'm not going to pay a place to do something I can do and one of my friends could do, maybe in their garage or something, where I first pulled the motor. We're fully capable. The only way I would have a shop put the pistons and rings in the block and for me would be if I had to do it like outside, pull the motor, or like at a place where I didn't have time, and I gotta like bring the car in and out. Then I'll probably have the shop put the pistons and rods and rings in there for me, and do the valves and everything, and then I just put it back together and throw it in the car. Well, that's, like I said, if I can't find a place and I gotta do it in a squeeze. The process is gonna be the same though. I'm still shooting for around 400 horsepower, but since I'm throwing a little bit more money into it, it's probably gonna be rated for probably like 5 to 6, 7, depending on what setup I get. I don't plan on doing like a stroker or anything. Just as long as the block is hopefully good, and they could just, and we don't see anything crazy, we could just hone it and put stock size pistons and rods in. Then yeah, 400 to 500. So while I'm buying internal parts, I'm gonna also take the time. So yeah, as long as I don't see anything crazy in the block, I'm just gonna try to hone it out, put stock size internals in, and I'm still shooting for the same power range, 400 to 500 horsepower, somewhere in between. It's not anything crazy has been done before, so I'm actually looking for pointers on anyone who has already built their 06, and like kind of like a guideline to easy power, or like I could get to 400 cheaper and safer, and you know what I mean. I was already thinking, you know what I mean, down pipe, aftermarket down pipe, and straight pipe the rest, and STI turbo, and I could probably find some aftermarket 700, 750cc injectors online for the price of new STI injectors and fuel pump. I could probably find one that someone opened and never used, or lightly used, online. I could probably find a STI turbo, probably used, like I said, for like $200 online, instead of going and spending big $500-600 on a new Garrett turbo or something. So that's the plan. Down pipe, STI turbo, aftermarket injectors and fuel pump, aftermarket intercooler, and setup still top mount, not front mount. If not, then STI intercooler and that Y pipe to go to the turbo. While I'm in there, I'm thinking TGV deletes. And so we got fuel already, fuel injectors, open up the exhaust, bigger turbo, boost controller. The inside should be able to handle it. I'm thinking that should be good enough to just squeeze me over that 400 line, and then a dyno tune to squeeze the rest out, hopefully. But like I said, if anyone has any their own build and any pointers on aftermarket companies that are the best, or aftermarket setups that's the best, or anyone selling like a downpipe or turbo, comment below. Share your build or your experience, and maybe some brands or things that I could go for, or something you've seen online that maybe I could pick up. That would be very helpful. The build should be probably done by like April. I'm thinking. I probably do have a place already set up to do it. But like I said, I don't have exactly that much time to be taking up someone's spot in their garage or whatever, where they could be making money or keeping their car. So I'm probably gonna do like unboxings of the things that I'm getting at a time over the next month or two, and then I'm just gonna drop it in all at once. That way all they need to do is put it on a dyno, get it tuned, find a place, and yeah, hopefully be at that 400 mark. One thing I really want to do is like a methanol setup. I don't know if I could find, I already looked, I've seen kits for like $500. They tell me like the only difference is the module they use, but I'm gonna try to see if I could find maybe like a used one online, and because I know that could add a lot of horsepower if I keep everything cooler, kind of like E85, bring that octane up. But like I said, any pointers or any suggestions, please drop them down below, and thank you for watching.